I have the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm going to start doing what you do with your stats. 9. That is the rank of Darius Garland in unassisted points from 3-point range on the season. There are only 8
Wow.
players who have tallied more unassisted 3-point looks than Darius Garland. Unassisted total 3 points, like converted 3 points from beyond the arc than Darius Garland. What a terrible way of word vomit to put it. The other number on Darius Garland, though, which is similar here, is 4. That is his rank. That is his rank in assists at the rim, and this was all just to show that Darius Garland has made the offensive leap this year. I know the Cavs have been sort of this unspectacular offensive team. They've been so good defensively, but with Collin Sexton out, they don't just have a ton of great and established offensive weapons on the team. He has really been the driving force of what they're doing. And to have someone who is so comfortable now just taking off the dribble threes, and if anyone's actually curious as to what he's shooting, there are only 4 players who are attempting 4 off the dribble threes per game and shooting better than 37% on them. Steph, Trey, Kemba, just saying, and Darius Garland. He probably, I don't know if he should be in the most improved player discussion just because he was doing a lot of this stuff towards the end of last season. He absolutely belongs in the all-star conversation. So the primary stat here, though, because the assist at the rim, when you look at who he plays with and just how he does get his assists with his patience in the lane, some of the lobs he throws, just what he can do when he gets to floater range is either taking it or really burning the defense with a pass. That didn't shock me, even though 4 is incredibly high, but 9th in total unassisted, just 3 points to their name. That's incredible.
Especially for a player who struggled with his jumper at the beginning of his NBA career. Granted, he didn't have much college experience to fall back on. That transition was a tough one, but the way he's developed is astounding, to the point that feels like he's a pretty reasonable 50, 40, 90 candidate in years to come. And when you couple that with the passing vision that we've seen from him, because he's already one of the absolute best passers in the NBA. The instincts that he has, the feel for the game, like he's one of those guys where you can just tell that he's reading what the opposing defense is before the opposing defense even knows what it's doing, and has the physical ability to make those passes into tight windows. That's going to be a nightmare to stop. A word I've used a lot this podcast so far, so I'll try to stop using it. But I feel like we're going to see some 2010 seasons while he's pushing for inclusion in that 50, 40, 90 club as one of the premier offensive players. I think he is that good as a shooter and a passer, that as the Cavs continue to develop around him, the sky really feels like the limit here.
Yeah, and just to drive my point home, here are the players that are in front of him in points generated on unassisted threes, which was the way simpler way to say that. Zach LaVine, Jason Tatum, Damian Lillard, Luka Doncic, James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young, and Steph Curry. And so that
Decent
shot,
company.
Yeah, that's pretty good company. Darius Garland, I agree.
I do think he benefits from being one of the very few players this year who has not missed significant time. He's only missed 2 of Cleveland's games to this point, but still, like, that's not to discount from what he's doing overall.
Yeah, it's the totals or whatever. And then also there's the fact that Collin Sexton's not there. And then like just some of the alternative options on the perimeter, whether it's Ricky Rubio or Isaac Okoro. You probably want Jetty Osman as the second player you trust to launch a 3 off the dribble on the Cavs this season. That's, I think that contributes to it. But the efficiency and the volume, 4 off the dribble threes per game, hitting them at a 37+% clip. Kudos to him.